Welcome back, guys. I'm really excited today because I'm going to buy an abandoned junkyard with lots of cars. There's going to be so many of them, some of the abandoned ones, some of the newest, but I don't know which cars are going to appear there. So I'm really excited. I'm going to take out my newest monster truck out there and we'll see what we'll get in that abandoned junkyard. There's going to be tens and tens of various cars. As far as I've heard from a landlord of the junkyard, there's going to be different pickups, trucks, even sports and hypercars. But many of them will be abandoned, so I don't know what we're gonna do with them after that, but I hope that we will be able to fix some of the cars and just test them out, drive them through the forest, through our village, and see what they're gonna look like. So right now I'm heading down there. I do not know the road exactly where we're going all the way to the junkyard, because I don't have the navigator at the moment, so I'll try to find the road. That's why I took the monster truck, guys, because I will drive with it through all the forests, all the abandoned roads, because the junkyard is also abandoned. This is why I'll have to try to find it. Yes, and I've also upgraded this monster truck, as you can see as well. It goes pretty fast, up to 200 miles an hour or something like that, so it's the fastest monster truck ever built in this village. So I think this monster truck is the best car to find the junkyard that we have just found, guys. It's right close to this factory because many cars were being produced here and just being abandoned there because nobody bought them and nobody was using them. So this is why we're going to check them out right now. As I told you, there are so many cars right now. Most of these are like old vintage retro cars of like 70s and 80s. They're maybe like 30 or 40 years old already, and every single car here belongs to us already. But our main goal today, guys, is to find the cars that we may actually drive, that we may actually fix and test them out today. As you can see, there are also some SUVs. Yeah, there are many combi cars that you can drive with the whole family through a trip, but we cannot drive them anywhere. I think somebody drove all of those cars recently because somebody may have used a monster truck or something, because they all look so freaking damaged. Like there's a police car even. It may have been in some chase or pursuit for a criminal and just burned down. Like many cars are just burned. You see, they're like all these orange colored cars that you cannot use anymore. This should have been a racing car, yellow color as well. This white is good. These cars also may have been used for derby racing. You know, derby racing when cars are crashing into each other and they cannot be driven anymore. So that's pretty sad. That's pretty sad, guys, because we cannot use them and we cannot fix them. There are even some family vans that are really burnt out and some other police cars as well. I don't think there will be anything precious down here. But what I'm more excited about, guys, are those garages, are those closed garages where also abandoned cars are. And maybe that's the place where we may find some more exotic ones. And yeah, before we are going to check out those, let's go to the other side of the junkyard and check the other big cars. So as you can see, there are some buses, some old vintage cars have been transporting some oil, some fuels and stuff, and they are not being used anymore. There are even some tractors and combiners. That's a pretty interesting one. There is even a moped. A 50cc moped or something. Maybe some kids have been driving it. Some really old vintage like Soviet Union cars or something. Some carriages. So maybe somebody have been farming here around this factory and just not been using those cars for a long time already. There are in some bottles of something. Some bird cars as well without the wheels. And also there are some trucks. Some trucks with something inside, but so those may also be abandoned trucks. They're not being used anymore. And there are even more tractors. Can we even use this one? Because they don't look that abandoned anymore. Yeah, their colors may have changed a little bit, but they haven't changed that much. Yeah, they've digged something here and then the grass grown all over the place. So that means those tractors haven't been used for a long time. But now what I'm more excited about, guys, is opening the garages. So let's look in the first one. That's what I've been talking about. Oh my gosh. We have 3 sport cars or something. So this first one is a Pontiac NASCAR car. This is a racing car and it doesn't even look abandoned. I think that may be the owner's car. And those two are the blue Pagani and the blue Lamborghini, as far as I can see. But the Lamborghini looks abandoned, so let me just fix their car very quick. We'll come to that back later. But now let's look and check out another garages as well, because if we found some hypercars in the first one, we may find something interesting in the second one. So what about the second one? Let's open the second garage, and here we have some more Pagani hypercar, a new tractor, and a retro car as well. Yeah, look at this Pagani. It looks like pretty much dirty. I don't even think we may start it later on, but we'll test it out. And this beautiful purple color vintage car that looks pretty, I would say new modeling, but it's like more than 50 years old or something. And a tractor as well. I may be going for the vintage car and the hypercars. That's what we're aiming for today. Let's check out the third garage that doesn't have a doors to open. What? There's a cow. Why would anybody need to abandon a cow inside the junkyard? Like, this cow may be pretty lonely here. Oh my gosh, I'm so sad for that cow. It may have been transporting something here or just moving the trucks recently. And now let's try to fix that purple vintage car. 1, 2, 3. Yes, I just fixed it, put some money in it, and it looks pretty gorgeous. It looks like a new, not even abandoned car anymore. Look at those colors. It's like blinking purple, just flashing car. Let me just try to test it out. The engine is maybe still working. Yeah, the car goes pretty slow, but I mean, like, the engine still works, so I think this car may be even sold. Well, let me just put the car into my collection. That would be even a better idea. So guys, I'm happy because we found the first working car. It's got some pretty interesting orange color exhaust here. I don't know what it is about. Like, why is that going like that? I think it's because the engine hasn't been working for like many years now. So I think that's why the car is pretty slow. But it doesn't even seem to be slow that much sometimes. Yeah, when I put it in first gear and second gear, it goes pretty much faster. So I love this car. I think this is our new present, our new surprise, the first working car ever. So let me just park it right here and get ready to solve it in the next episode. And let's get back to Lamborghini. I've just also fixed it. The car looks pretty dark blue. The car isn't that old. It's like the newest model, but the car looks pretty amazing. And now let's just try to open the garage because the car otherwise would not go outside. And yeah, it looks pretty amazing. The engine still works. The car goes pretty fast as it should go, but you see that orange color exhaust? This is not the thing that I like, because when the colors of exhaust are like this, the car may not go any more further, so the engine might broke. So let's just check out the last car. We have the Pagani. Change the color, 1, 2, 3. Beautiful ambient flashing blue color. I love this as well. But actually, I may also spend pretty much a lot of money on this car as well, because the engine, you see what's going on with the engine, guys. Even this car has some orange yellow color exhaust, so this is a really bad signal for the engine. I think we may change it in the next episode, guys. So if you want to see the changes of the cars, please give a thumbs up to this video, and I will try to change the engines of those cars that we just fixed. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Ciao.